Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Money and Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Sheryka Alford, and she is.
Anntricia Bray Smith.
We're here providing you with motivation to get out of debt, build wealth, and transform your outlook on life. Today, we're going to talk about how we're spending our time throughout the day. What are you doing with your 24 hours that are given to you every day?
Ooh, child, let me just sit back and relax. This is one I gotta swallow for a few minutes. Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Yes. Get
How
ready. Get
you
ready. Get ready.
spending your 24? Oh my, think about that. We each have 24 hours in a day, all of us.
Mhm.
However, we're not all on the same wave. We have some highs, some middles, some lows, and it all has to do with what you're doing with your 24
So true.
hours.
So true. And just like our money, there's always something to spend it on. There are many things out there, and they may not necessarily be bad, but there are some things that may be more beneficial for us to spend our time doing, should I say.
Absolutely.
And that falls into prioritizing our activities to not be busy but productive.
Well, I look at my time just like I do with my finances. There are liabilities and there are assets. And even in
Mhm.
time, there are some things that are going to add value and there's going to be some things that are going to take away value. And so I don't look at just being busy. I look at being productive. So each second of my day, each minute of my day, I want to be productive. I want to be feeding good, positive things in me. And I want to surround myself with an environment that is conducive to the success that I desire to have in life. And so once you have that focus, once you're in that mindset, it just changes everything because you're going to govern the conversations you have. You're going to govern the things you're watching on TV. You're going to govern your resources that you have to make sure that you're not exhausting them all in places that add no value to your life.
Yeah, but and I will say it's hard. A lot of times it's hard. We sit up and say, well, how can we get that balance? Because you got your job that you go to all day, and then you got your family at home you got to tend to, and then there's the never-ending laundry. Laundry, and just you got this, you got that, and there's just so many things, so many things.
Oh
How
yeah.
how do you sift through to fit what's really important into that 24-hour time period?
Okay. Well, guys, I wrote the book "Recreating a Better Me," and it journals and lays out many of the things that I've had to recreate in my life. I've had to take back control every area of my life, and it's not all about my finances. It's about my self worth. It's about um, the the traumas and things like that that I've had to overcome in life. And so um, understand that your 24 hours are given to you freely, and you're going to spend that 24 hours um, however you have set yourself up and prepared yourself to spend that 24 hours. And that is
Hmm.
by first realizing that you're either wasting those 24 hours or there's some improvements that you can make within that 24 hours. None of us
Okay.
are uh, in a position to where we're just solely taking that 24 hours and not making any mistakes or not wasting it somewhere. But you have to uh, learn to develop new habits. Be aware, learn to develop new habits, and then implement those plans that you set up for yourself. So those three things you have to do in order to shift the direction of your 24. The way I do it, I start out with something good. And that's the way that I begin to develop those new habits. Whether it's starting out with motivation in the morning, whether it's starting out with meditation in the morning, whether it's just starting out repeating something positive that you tell yourself throughout the day. Because with what we have in our mindsets, in our 24 right now, in our financial direction, it probably does not look good. And so it's going to take dedicating sometimes as little as 10 seconds to just repeat that quote, or 30 seconds just to listen to something positive, or to tell yourself something positive, or even if you can get to 15 minutes just streaming motivational speeches from your electronic device. Start your day off with that, whatever that looks like for you. That's a start into developing new habits for your 24, because we're not going to desire it at first. Sometimes 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute is all we can stomach. But if we commit to just that little bit that we start with every day, eventually it's going to begin to produce life within you and shift the direction in your desires for how you're spending your 24. Now, I'm at the
Yes.
I'm at the point now to where uh, I'm governing and protecting my environment all throughout the day. I protect what I'm listening to. I protect the conversations that I have. I protect how I allow negative information to infiltrate my mental space. Um, I'm careful on the things that I watch on TV. I'm careful on the social media things that I allow to draw me in. If it's not
Hmm.
adding value to me, then if I even give it a little time, then I'm quickly become aware of that and begin to shift the dynamics of that and separate myself so that my 24 can be used to add value into me so that I can reach my greatest levels of success, not only uh, in me and my brand, but also in my financial habits and legacies as well.
Yes, and so true. You talked about those positive affirmations and quotes throughout the day. That's really important because I assure you, as soon as you decide that you're going to commit to do something different, something better, there will be obstacles. there's going to
Absolutely.
be some there's going to be some
Absolutely.
things that come out to try to distract you, you know, from your to get you off path. But just remember, even while you're striving to do better and prioritize and get things accomplished that are beneficial for you and your loved ones. Um, Whenever those obstacles occur, just do whatever you can to bypass whatever the obstacle may be. And sometimes we fail. It happens, but you just acknowledge it, learn from it, keep moving. you know,
Yeah.
that's
Oh
just a
yeah.
part of life.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's just you. We just want to just like with our finances, we want to be intentional with how we're spending our time, and you know, you don't want to waste money, you don't want to waste time, and so it kind of goes hand in hand. We say build wealth.
Kind
Wealth
of.
is
It does. It goes
yeah,
in.
it goes.
If you're loose with your money, you're going to be just as loose with your time. And if you develop habits for your money, you're going to develop habits for your time. I mean, it just goes hand in hand. When you change and your mindset change, everything about your life, everything that is connected to you also change. So yeah, it goes hand in hand.
It It does. It does. And it is a part, I mean, spending your time wisely, that does play a part in wealth building, because wealth is not just about money. I've said this before. It's not just about money. It's there's money involved, your health involved, and depending upon what you're doing with your time, it's impacting your health and everything else.
Right.
So
So
it's just
true.
important to just sit up and evaluate, ask yourself, am I spending my time in the best possible manner for me, to live the life that I want to live
Hmm.
for myself and create for me and my family?
Oh yeah. And so, guys, I know that some of you may be looking and wondering how other people are being blessed in areas that you're not. And one thing that I can say, that you don't know how that person spends their 24 hours. All you know is what you see. You see them
Hmm.
being blessed. You see the fruits of their labor. Um, you see their faults. You see where they came from, guys. And but you don't know behind closed doors how they're spending their time and the mindset that they have to build on their 24. So rather than look at other people and get discouraged because maybe their 24 hours look little differently than yours, just begin to process and work on your own 24 to begin to shift and change the direction of your 24 so that you can get the results that you're looking for, that you seek, without comparing it to the 24 of someone else.
That's true. That's true. So, yes, we all have the same amount of time, but it looks different. And that's the beauty of life. All the differences, diversity. It's just, that's what makes life life. So, um, this week, just focus on, ask yourself, am I spending my time wisely? If you have not set up and thought about what goals or what things you would like to achieve, do that, because that's kind of dictate how you could better spend your time to reach that point and succeed in whatever areas that you'd like to be successful in. So just sit up and think about that and ask yourself, am I spending my time the best possible way for me? And I stress for me, because just like finances, it's personal. It's not a one size fits all. I mean, there may be general guidelines that apply across the board, but as far as the specifics, that depends upon you and your individual circumstances.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, if you're just joining us, you're listening to the Money and Mindset podcast with Anntricia Bray Smith.
And Sheryka Alford.
And today we're talking about how you're spending your 24 hours a day. Not only that, how are you spending your 24 dollars in that day? Because we know that if we don't have healthy habits, we're misusing money throughout our day. And so that's important to also look at. How have you spent your money today? What have you spent money on that was not necessary? Whether it's shopping online, whether it's going to those convenience stores, whether it's going to the thrift shops looking for the deal of the day, whatever that looks like for you. How have you spent your 24? Your $24, your 24 minutes, your 24 seconds, your 24 hours? What does that look like, guys? So every aspect of our life is connected. There is no way we can separate it. We're not one dimensional. We're complex beings. And the way we shift that and change that, if we've not made the best decisions with our 24, whatever it is, then all we have to do is start today in developing new, productive habits that shift the direction in which we spend our 24.
So true. And also, while you're focusing on how you're spending your 24, another thing to keep in mind, as we spoke about in our previous discussion about legacies, the way that you spend your 24, that does not just have an impact on you, but it also has an impact on those around you. So that's something else to consider. And that's just not for people that are parents, but just in general, because we're no man is an island. Whether it be your coworkers, your classmates, or whomever's around you, what you're doing has an impact on them as well.
Absolutely, your community, even a homeless man on the street, uh, even one of those that feel like they have the least value to add. Everybody is important. So we don't want to discount anybody for any reason. Everyone is important in this
Yep.
life, in this world. You matter. You're here for a reason, and you make a impact one way or another. So let's just, uh, the question was asked of me before I ran across a post or something. Uh, what's the difference between um, the homeless man on the street and the businessman on the street standing on the same corner? And the only difference is what they chose to do with that 24. What they chose to do with that 24 hours. Opportunity is for everyone. It's free. It's out there, but it's a decision that was made. So the successful one made the decision to go out and reach any level of success. And when he reached areas of opposition in his life, he just made the choice to keep moving. And then you have the homeless, or that appears not to be successful, or to have given up. And the decision that they made in that 24 was to give up and not try again. And so it is what it is. And whether we're dealing with mental health, emotional health, um, physical health, whatever that looks like, it's all about the decisions and choices that we make. And the better place we are mentally and emotionally, the better choices that we're going to make when we reach opposition, because we all have it. And I always say I'm a decision away, or I'm a paycheck away from being where they are. And it's all about, what am I going to do when I hit that wall? Am I going to just give up and throw in the towel? Or am I going to make the decision to get back up, get in the game, and continue to press through it?
That's right. That's right. So, well, guys, that concludes our discussion for today. Spend your 24 wisely. And if there are areas that you feel that need to be changed, then start working on it. And,
Well, I think
get
we can
yourself an
all make
accountability
change.
partner.
I
Yeah.
think we can
Find
all
an
find areas of change. Yeah.
Yes, get yourself an accountability partner, and you guys encourage each other and work with each other to work on improving. So, until next time, I am Sheryka Alford.
And I am Anntricia Bray Smith.
That's